going on, everyone? I am your host, the logical YouTuber. Now, Raw, I'm gonna just stay right out. It was a B. It was a B show. It wasn't an A. It was a little bit lackluster from last week. But let's get into the review. Now, first off, we start off with a video package of Roman Reigns getting his ass beat by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman comes out.
Professional wrestler, and boy does it feel good to be able to use that term again. Turn mixed martial artist, the alpha female.
His shoulder and everything like that. And Braun Strowman sounds like he has almost better promo skills than Roman Reigns. And I'm not just saying that he really did sound like he had better skills than Roman Reigns on the mic. Now, after that, after Braun Strowman is boasting about how he hurt Roman Reigns, Kurt Angle comes out and then he basically says, you're off tonight. You're not going to be wrestling. You should be suspended, but he just lets him stay off for the night. And then Strowman's like, I'm not going anywhere. I want more competition or else. And Strowman is just showing, obviously, Angle showing no fear. Strowman ended up leaving the ring, and obviously we knew that he wasn't going to just leave. So then you have Strowman coming backstage area. He destroys R-Truth and Goldust. Then he drags Kalisto like a rag doll. And then Big Show later that night pushed him against the wall or whatever, and then basically that was the match that set up for the main event. Now the first match of the night was Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe. This was a pretty back and forth match. Samoa Joe pretty much won the match. He made Chris Jericho submit, and then after the match, Samoa Joe cut a promo and said, their match at Payback will be extremely personal, especially for what Rollins did to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon at WrestleMania. Seth says that since his career almost ended because of what Samoa Joe did, it's just going to give him more momentum and more desire to win the match and defeat him. Now, the second match, Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson won. I was glad. This was a good match, though. I'm glad that Gallows and Anderson won. I don't like Enzo and Cass. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Enzo and Cass remind me of Scotty 2 Hotty and Test. They're just the modern day. They're just the modern day wrestlers of those two. Now, and on a side note, we didn't see the revival. I don't know why. I was thinking that maybe it was because of the couple of NXT events that they were doing. Ty Dillinger, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the revival. They were all finishing up, I guess, their dates or whatever with NXT. So I don't know if it was because of that they weren't on the show, or I don't know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure they'll obviously be on the show next Monday. Now, the Miz and Dean Ambrose segment. It's the same thing. We've seen this before. Someone does something to the Miz. He brings them on his Miz TV show. He cuts a good promo, like always, cuts a good promo against the person, and then they attack him. And we have our Intercontinental Championship match at Payback. And yeah, Jack Gallagher versus TJ Perkins. This match basically just played off of from what last week was, where basically TJ Perkins is turning heel, and I think it's a good thing too. Now, I wish that they had introduced Kalisto into the cruiserweight division. I don't know if they're going to maybe do that next week or sometime later, but they need to ingratiate him into that division. If they're not going to do that, then there's no point for him to even come to Raw. Now, we have a fatal four-way number one contenders match: Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Micky James. This was Alexa Bliss's hometown, and she won the match. And yeah, I think it was right for her to win. Obviously, they're not going to turn Sasha Banks heel yet. If they do, I don't think they will because of the heels. Well, they may, but if they do, it's going to happen around SummerSlam. It's not going to happen around now. And I don't think that WWE will want to waste a big match like Sasha Banks versus Bayley for a Payback when they can have that at WrestleMania in August, just a couple months later. Now, I expect Alexa Bliss and Bayley to feud for like the next 2 months, or the next two pay-per-views. just so it can buy time for the Sasha Banks and Bailey match. Now, I will say that they did a good job protecting Nia Jax from not looking, not getting defeated, and basically protecting. And basically, the only way Alexa Bliss won was because of Nia Jax's Samoa drop. So I like that they're protecting Nia Jax. I still don't think that she'll ever win the Raw Women's Championship. I think that if she goes to SmackDown, she most definitely she has like an 80 to 90% chance that she will be a SmackDown Women's Champion than a Raw Women's Champion. I just don't see them giving that title to her. I see Sasha Banks, Bailey, and Alexa Bliss playing hot potato with the championship. But I don't see Nia Jax winning just because I don't think they would give it to her. Um, yeah, and the next matchup, Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. This was Jeff Hardy's first singles match in 8 years. I believe 8 or 9 years. I'm pretty sure it's 8 years. This was a good match. It was entertaining. Um, you know, at the end of the match, Jeff Hardy ended up winning this match. At the end of the match, they all shook hands and showed sportsmanship. I was thinking they were going to turn Cesaro and Sheamus heel, but I don't think they will. Um, not at this point, since they started off as heels. So I think this will be a classic babyface versus babyface match at Payback, and I think that either Matt and Jeff will either face the Revival or they will face Gallows and Anderson and just kind of buy time. I don't know. I've been hearing that they've been trying to buy time for their delete gimmick because of the lawsuit and everything. So I don't know. They may lose the championships, but if they do, they're going to lose to the Revival. I think that the Revival is going to go over and beat Matt and Jeff and win those championships sometime later this year. Um, now, Braun Strowman versus Big Show was the last match. This was a good main event match. I mean, normally we don't want to see two big guys who aren't gonna really be as high flying athletic. This was actually a really good match though. Braun Strowman got on top rope and jumped off, and Big Show was gonna do the same. Braun Strowman suplex Big Show, broke the ring. I'm glad that this happened. It made Braun Strowman look extra strong, especially when he got up after it happened. And we haven't seen this since 2011. So it's been about 6 years. So I think it was a really good thing to do, and I think it protected both people, even the Big Show, even though he's not really in a program or anything. But I think overall it was good. They have to have Braun Strowman has to beat Roman Reigns at Payback. And if they want to protect Roman Reigns, I mean, they can even have it to where they have Braun Strowman before the match just destroy him like he did again. That way he can just move on to face Brock Lesnar. Roman still looks strong, or still does just doesn't get defeated easily. He's taken out for a couple more months, and then you can have Braun Strowman versus Lesnar. The only thing that sucks is that they're not gonna give the championship to Braun Strowman. They're going to give it to let Lesnar keep it. So that's the only thing that's going to suck. It's like, how are you going to have Brock Lesnar beat Strowman, but still make Strowman look strong? So that's it for today. That's it for this review for Monday Night Raw review. Thank you guys for listening. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day. Peace.